Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading. I am going to be looking today at the story that's floating around that Prince William is now in charge of the royal family's handling of not only Prince Andrew but also seemingly Harry and Meghan. So I'm going to be doing a Celtic cross using the Crow Tarot, and just to show you the box that it comes in for those of you who are interested, that's the Crow Tarot. I'm going to be using the Crow Tarot, doing a Celtic cross from Prince William's point of view, just to see what's going on, how he's feeling, the challenges that he's facing, how he's going to be handling specifically Prince Andrew, and then also Harry and Meghan, and really his hopes and fears for the monarchy. So it's from his point of view and the challenges that he feels the monarchy is facing. Not only he personally is facing, but the monarchy. What is going on? It's been very clear from press that has come out very recently about particularly Prince Andrew, that Prince William is not going to allow Prince Andrew back into the firm at all. He said that Prince Andrew is a threat to the firm. He warned about ingratitude, people who are ungrateful for the privileges that they have, for the position that they have, and that seemed to me to be a warning not only to Prince Andrew and possibly the Yorks in general, but also to Harry and Meghan, that Prince William has had enough. And I think Cancerians, when they have had enough, have had enough. So, interesting. Let's have a look and see what the Crow Tarot have to tell us. I have to tell you that I am in darkness here in South Africa. We are having load shedding, and another round of that. It comes and goes. I do have a light, obviously, otherwise you would not be able to see the cards, but as I said, technology is rather a trial at the moment. And underlying energy is the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse in the Crow Tarot. And that is things not working. And that is, of course, the firm is about business, is about making, well, not making money, but it is an enterprise where everybody has to pull their weight, to collaborate, to cooperate, to be diligent, dutiful, work hard. And in the reverse, very much the idea that people aren't putting effort in, aren't doing the work that they're expected to do, that the public expects them to do. Harry and Meghan spring to mind. Of course, my opinion, tarot reading, and just for entertainment purposes, but Eight of Pentacles in reverse, very, very clear that Prince William feels that people are not contributing, not working hard enough. They're being lazy, they're freeloading, and he's had enough. I'm getting quite an angry energy off that card. And so if I start to get quite hissy while I'm doing this reading, that's why. Prince William has had enough. That is for sure. So let's have a look now at the general energy, the situation as it is. And there it is. I saw this card a few times while I was doing a pre-shuffle. I do shuffle a lot before I actually switch the camera on and start recording. And there's the Two of Swords. That's the decision. That is also a blocking card that says you are being cut out. You are being blocked from participating. So Prince William has really had enough. He is making that decision, that very difficult decision, to block members of the royal family who are ungrateful, who are difficult, who are causing reputational harm to the royal family. And there is that decision. He's thinking about it. He's at that crossroads. He hasn't really dropped the guillotine, shall we say, on the members of the royal family yet, that he has in his sights, to mix all kinds of unfortunate metaphors. But the decision is being made. It's brewing. It really is brewing, and there's stormy clouds in the background of that card, and that crow has really had enough. So the challenges that Prince William is facing, or that he feels the royal family is facing, and there it is, the Eight of Swords, a real trap that they're in now with these members of the family. Amazing how these cards are so similar, and such a similar energy in the two of them. And Eight of Swords, of course, you're stuck in a situation, a trap that has been made always with the Eight of Swords. It's a mental trap, but it's a trap that the person has made themselves. So it's the royal family's own doing. This has not come from some outside influence or outside source. It is their own weakness, their own fault, these particular members, not of course the institution itself, although can be said that the institution hasn't necessarily responded very well to the crisis so far, and this is why Prince William seems to have stepped up and taken charge of it. But it is a trap of their own making that they need to free themselves from. They really need to get out of this bind that they are in and move on, move into better energy, to more positive energy, to get out of the cycle of bad news that they're in at the moment. And of course, swords are all about communication, ideas, the written word, scathing articles in the press every day. There's a scathing article about Prince Andrew, scathing something about Harry and Meghan. And William is very aware of it, very aware of how the difficulty that the royal family finds itself in, even if some of the more elderly members of the royal family perhaps don't perceive it as clearly as he does. He sees it. He really does see it. So what is going on beneath the surface here? What is the underlying energy here, the rationale for William taking charge here? And we get another decision card, the Two of Pentacles, and that is priorities, but it's always my merchant card as well. We have wares to sell, and of course people have been prioritizing the wrong thing in the royal family, certain members of the royal family, and this is of course just my opinion. Prince Andrew has made some very bad decisions, and not only the Jeffrey Epstein decision. He was involved in some quite controversial trade deals when he was working in that capacity, and a lot of very dodgy stuff went on there. And of course Harry and Meghan are at it in America, making some quite dodgy deals there with streaming giants and others, not just streaming giants. And this is the idea that the royal family here is for sale with these people, that their privileges are for sale, their status is for sale, their influence is for sale, and it's just unacceptable. Threat to the firm and ingratitude, though ungrateful for their position, for their resources, for what they have. This is also telling me that, and this is telling me that again a decision is being made. Cards always have layers of meanings, and they tell a story, and the story that is coming out is it's about money, it's about not pulling weight, it's about merching, and it's about Prince William having enough, and he's gonna drop that guillotine sooner rather than later, I think. But what is his goal right now, his focus? And there he is, the King of Wands. And he is showing up as that energy quite a lot lately. Instead of being the water sign man, he is now the fire sign man. He's taken charge, and that is for sure. There is the crown, and there is the sun, the very royal, and the rose, and the infinity symbol there as well. He's absolutely in command. That's such a regal card. I love that depiction of the King of Wands in the Crow Tarot, and it says everything about who is in charge in this family. He really has the mantle has fallen on him now to steer the royal family forward, and he's up for it there with the King of Wands. It's a very dynamic energy, very courageous, very motivated. He's all in. It's not as if something that he's reluctant to do. He wants to do it. He sees the need for it, and however much he may have not wanted this in the past, he wants it now, and he's up for it, he's ready for it, and he is going to take charge. He really is, with that very lovely energy in that card. And so what has happened in the recent past with Prince William and the royal family? Well, that's the star in reverse, and that tells me everything. The star, of course, is the hopes of the royal family, but also their prestige, their status, the fact that they were not celebrities, that's the wrong word, but they represented an aspiration for, trying to get out of this light. It's difficult when I don't have any other light to take the glare away. Aspirational is something that people looked up to. The star always has that idea of putting you on a better path, of connecting you with your soul, with the divine. And it's in the reverse major arcana, first major arcana to come out, and that tells me that he's very aware of the reputational damage that has been done to the royal family. That star is tarnished, very badly tarnished when it's in the reverse. And people don't respect the royal family like they used to. They don't look up to them like they used to. They don't feel that they are morally, upright, and all kinds of problems in that card, the star in reverse. So what is going to be happening in the near future now that Prince William has taken the reins and is in charge? And that is, wow, the Five of Wands. That's a lot of conflict. This is going to open a can of worms. People aren't going to take it lying down. The people that he has in his sights. The Five of Wands is always about infighting in a family group or a business or an organization, anything like that. It's fighting with each other, jockeying for position, for dominance. It's the competition card, it's ambition, and so there's going to be a lot of conflict in the royal family. We may not see it, although we are seeing it in the press. Prince William is definitely behind these news stories that are coming out about the fact that Prince Andrew is done. There is no way back. But it looks like Prince Andrew is going to be fighting back in some way, and he's not going to take this lying down. And so a lot of conflict William is going to have to face in the near future. He's going to manage it with that King of Wands energy. He can swat these crows away quite easily, I think. But he is going to have to prove himself, let's say, with that Five of Wands card. I think that particularly Prince Andrew has been quite smug in the position that he's occupied for so long, allegedly as Her Majesty the Queen's favourite. And I always think that's a terrible thing to say in a family, but anyway, I'm sure you all have opinions about that. But conflict coming up, a lot of conflict coming up. So specifically, what is Prince William going to be doing with regard to Prince Andrew? And now that he's in charge, and that's it for Prince Andrew, Ace of Wands in reverse. He's out. He's got no way back. Just as the press release said twice in a row, I think 2 days in a row, stories came out that Prince Andrew was done, finished, no way back in. Ace of Wands in reverse tells me exactly that. No new start for him, nothing positive there, no job for him, no new position, no prominence, no power, no status. Put those uniforms away, put those medals away. You're not going to be needing them anymore, Prince Andrew. There it is. You're out. You're done. You're finished. And very clear. The King of Wands defeats the Ace of Wands and puts it away. You're going to have to go and be a recluse forevermore. And apparently this was all prompted by the fact that Prince Andrew used the death of his father, of Prince Philip, to try and re-establish himself publicly. And he started making pronouncements about things and press releases and stuff as if he was the spokesman for the royal family, and this obviously outraged Princess Anne, Prince William, Prince Edward, Prince Charles. All just, no way, you don't represent the royal family and you should not be speaking on behalf of the royal family, not particularly when our light has fallen, the star has fallen, really, of the royal family. So, what is Prince William going to be doing to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle? What effect is this taking charge going to have on them? And that is the Seven of Wands. And they are going to have to... well, he's taking the high ground. The Seven of Wands is always someone taking the high ground. They are in a strategically sound position and able to defend themselves and knock away attacks. It's not an aggressive energy like this, Five of Wands. It is a defensive position, but it is a very strong defensive position that he is going to be defending the royal family against them. Their attacks, whatever they throw at him, He's much higher than they are in this card, very clearly. He's got the strong ground. He's in the strong position, and they're going to feel it. That whatever they do now, from now on, pot shots that they take at the royal family, allegations of racism, oh, you didn't care about the fact that I was suicidal and all the rest of it, it's going to just bounce right off. Prince William doesn't care, and it's not going to do any damage. He's going to make sure of that. He's really being very strategic about this, and he really is coming through in this reading as a very powerful energy. Really very impressive energy. So his hopes and fears for the monarchy at the moment, and that is the Nine of Pentacles. He wants it to just be very, very, very successful and maintain its status, its aura of abundance and blessedness I get from this card. And there's that beautiful solar disc there, those 9 pentacles, the lotus blossoms, the butterflies. It's everything blooming, blossoming, coming, bearing fruit, going forward, that it's going to stay very successful, very abundant, very powerful with that husky, wolf, whatever it is in the card. Of course, I want to say it's a husky because I have a husky, and so it's interesting that would come up, but in a card. But he just wants them to maintain their position, their status, their power, their prestige, everything about the royal family that has so far has been achieved so far. And what is going to be the outcome now that Prince William is in charge of these difficult situations and being obviously much more decisive? Well, that's a very interesting card. That's the broken home card, the Four of Wands. Four of Wands. There's some very unhappy people going to be feeling the pain of the decisions that Prince William is going to be making in the near future. The foundation is going to be broken, and by that I don't mean the royal family itself, not at all. I get this very powerful energy from here that he's going to get his wishes. He's going to achieve what he wants to achieve as the King of Wands. He's going to make it happen. But some very unhappy people in the royal family, and it could be that the Yorks is split away and the Sussexes split away from the royal family, because that is a splitting card. It's can be a divorce when you're just looking at a couple. It can be the breakup of a business, a foundation, an organization. It is just generally an unhappy home, no reason to celebrate, no cause for celebration. And it looks to me as if there is going to be quite a division in the royal family going forward, and there's going to be the Cambridge and the Wales side of things, and then there is going to be the Cornwall side of things. There is going to be, and of course Sophie and Edward will be in that camp as well. Princess Anne and her children, I should imagine, will be in that camp as well. And then the Yorks and the Sussexes, the ones who have brought shame on the royal family and have damaged the royal family, tarnished that star, they are going to be out. Whether they go voluntarily or whether they are pushed, but there is a big struggle coming up. It's real Shakespearean stuff what's going on now, and I do think Prince William is going to triumph over them, but he's got his work cut out, and that is for sure. And I hope you enjoyed this reading with these particularly dramatic cards. I think they're very dramatic, and so let's wait and see what happens, and I'll see you in the next reading.